All right, guys, good morning. It's early morning. Well, it was early morning. It's about 7:30 right now. I was outside about 5 o'clock this morning. It was 16, I think we had. Chilly morning, but I hauled a lot of my cardboard out to that water hole in the field where nothing grew this year, and I was burning some cardboard this morning. My mission now, I want to find a pallet. I know there's a couple pallets floating around the farm here. I want to find one, and the goal is to put all my 3-point arms. I have some there, some there. I think I have some back there. I want to put all the 3-point arms on a pallet and store them elsewhere, get them out of the shop here. I think I might put them over where I store my tires. So if I can put them on a pallet, I can just put the forks on this tractor and haul them over with that, just to get them out of the way. The Super C here, like I say, I know a lot of guys ask me about it. They want to see it working. I had filled this hydraulic reservoir. I'll give you the quick rundown of what I'm going to do with this for the time being. This isn't a permanent thing. Someday, I don't know when. A lot of guys say someday they're gonna. For right now, well, someday I'm going to take the time, strip this thing down, and totally restore it the right way. It's got to be all pulled apart. Like I say, we got engine. The engine, everything is at the end of its tolerances. It needs a flywheel, I think. It leaks everywhere. Every joint and seal leaks. It looks nice. It was repainted. When it was overhauled last, it was just an in-frame and a paint job. So we didn't quite do the full-on. I mean, there's a lot of little stuff to restore this, and because it has sentimental value, it's going to be worth restoring. But for the time being, I filled this hydraulic reservoir, and every single ounce of oil that I put in it ran out. It ran down, and there's a puddle there. I don't know if you can see it. There's that much oil on the floor. There's a puddle. So I have no use for the touch control or the 3-point hitch on this tractor right now. What the plan is, we're going to take this 3-point hitch off. I will demonstrate it for you guys just to show you what it did. Someday it will be functional again, but the reservoir and that whole touch control system needs to be taken off of this tractor and on a bench and everything cleaned and all the seals put in it. I haven't found a designated seal kit for it. I don't know if I have to order them individually, but it leaks at multiple places and the whole thing has to be gone over. With my schedule right now, there is absolutely no time to be fussing with something I'm not going to use. Basically, the touch control is not necessary. So if you guys ever run into that, you have a bad touch control, and I have done this. This is something I've done already. If you have a bad touch control and you're not going to use it on any number of these tractors that had it, what you do is, instead of keep dumping oil in there, you come over to here to your pump, your hydraulic gear pump. You unbolt it from the tractor and pull it out. You take the gear off the shaft, and then you stick it back in with no gear on and fasten all your lines so you don't have any oil leaking. You put the gear in a safe location. What I usually do is I will take some clean engine oil and just rub it all over the gear that you take out and the nut. And once it's all oily, put it in a Ziploc plastic bag, and then it shouldn't rust, it shouldn't corrode, and put it away for safekeeping. Label the bag so you know what it is. That way, when we come back to this someday and revisit it, we should be good to go. Right now, if we were to use this with the oil running out of it like it is, it's going to burn out the pump because it's not having any oil flow through it, and we can't keep any oil in it. So what do? You take the gear off, and the pump is not turning. So that's going to be the plan for this thing for the time being. That way I can still use it once in a while. I'm hoping to. I really want to. I want to be back out in the field with this thing, but I can't keep any hydraulic fluid in that system, and I don't have time to pull it all apart on the bench, and all those little pieces, there's a lot to them. So that's the plan there, guys. So I got to find a pallet. I'm going to look around and see if I can't find one, and we're going to get all the 3-point arms and all the hardware for the 3-point stored elsewhere to get it out of the way. All right, I found a pallet. It's a little bigger than I need, but it should work. Over at my dad's, I have a ton of them. We used to make firewood racks out of pallets. You'd basically have a pallet like this and make some 2x4 uprights and like a cage, and I don't know, so high. And then when you were splitting firewood, you could go in with I had forks for my 8N Ford, and I'd stack about all the 8N would lift and stack it full of firewood, and I could move them around as needed. So I collected quite a bit. There's a lot over there that didn't get made into firewood racks yet, but I did find this here, so we're going to use what's here. So let me start loading this thing up. And one thing I forgot to mention, I don't want any of this stuff to rust fast while it's sitting in storage. So I'm going to take my bottle of old engine oil and diesel fuel mixture, and everywhere there's a joint or a pivot point or a place where a bolt goes in, I want to spray it down good. That way, if I do ever need them, I can come back and everything is ready to go. Just put it on the tractor. So let me get this sprayed down a little. All right, so we have this pretty well ready to go, ready to move to the shed. It's sprayed down. I have to, like I say, I still have to get the rest of the arms off of the 986, get them on the pallet and get them put away. And eventually, so we'll have those two laying on here, and the hitch, the 3-point hitch, I'm just going to take right off the Super C and set on this pallet as well. And the whole thing can get lifted up and put over in the other shed. So should work out, make a little more room here in the shop. So that'll be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.